Sir David actually tells us that he is coming from a knight family, a Templar knight, and descended of Stephen Harding, who later became Saint Etienne. One of two others share his bloodline. One of them is a pope, and the other one was a king. But what he actually say that, and he repeated again and again and again, he's following Jesus' footsteps, Jesus' way without any other way. This is his mission. And if we're talking about the mission, let's talk about the 14th station that happens at the Via Dolorosa. And we will visit most of them. The judgment place, we're going to see it. He found guilty and started to carry the cross to the Golgotha area. At the 3rd station, he fell for the first time. 4th station, he met his mother. 5th station, Saint Simon helped him to carry the cross. 6th station, Saint Veronique helped him by cleaning his face. He fell again at the 7th station. At the 8th station, he saw the women of Jerusalem that were crying because of him. And 9th station, he fell for the 3rd time. The 10th station, which is already inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, they took his clothes off, and remember the lottery. Nailing to the cross is another station. And then the crucifixion, the Pietà, and the tomb of Jesus is the 14th station. I know that for some of you it's a little bit strange, because when you are reading the Gospels, there are some places that mention as is Via Dolorosa. But see, we can see a little bit of the rear entrance of St. Anne Church. See an ancient church, maybe from the Roman time. But there's a tractor here, and we don't want to die today. And some of the stations are not mentioned in the Bible. At the 14th century, Bab al-Hutta, it's another entrance to the Temple Mount to Haram al-Sharif, but again, only for Muslims. It's a beautiful place to visit. I took a video of Bab al-Hutta neighborhood in the Muslim quarter, and a lot of them are gypsies. Beautiful place to visit, totally not touristy. But we are going through the Lion's Gate. Going through it. We are the tourists. There are tourists, but not a lot. Look at the ancient floor. Might be from 3rd and 4th century. But we're going to see an earlier floor of the church soon. Then, at the 14th century, the Franciscans started to add more and more stories that were well known here, but not part of the Bible. And at the end, we had 14 stations. Through the history, there were different stations, but now we are following the last option, or last Via Dolorosa, or the well-known Via Dolorosa. Today, you can see here a beautiful building. This is the Muslim quarter, remember? Then it shows us, it tells us that one of those men who lives here did the Hajj, went to Mecca, and they decorated his house, and just like you, Sir David, got a title, they got a title too. The one who went to Hajj, to make the Hajj, is now called Hajj. Let's say if his name was David, then it will be Hajj Dawood. King Faisal Street, and another entrance to to the temple. I love that man. And when he was at the 5th station, I used to buy so many things from him, and he used to prepare the best iced coffee in the city. But now we moved to a different place, and there's no iced coffee at the 5th station of the Via Dolorosa, except of the memory of let's run away. Oh, all right, nothing. It wasn't so big, except of Saint Simon who helped Jesus to carry the cross. Then we're still at the Lions Gate Street, because the Via Dolorosa didn't start it yet. It's like 19 minutes before we are starting the Via Dolorosa. According to what we believe, and according to excavation, that place used to be the Antonia. When King Herod built the temple, he wanted to be sure that everyone will listen to him. Then, by controlling the temple, by building a fortress next to it that can actually, from there you can see everything that happened in the Jewish temple, he actually gained the thing that he wanted, to control. And that's called the Antonia. From time to time I'm getting some messages that the Western Wall was the Antonia. I don't want to say anything bad about those people. I'm sure that there were many who studied something else. But the Antonia, according to every source, was at the northern part of the city. We believe, according to the Via Dolorosa, that is where Jesus was judged by Pontius Pilate. Sadly, through the years, it became to be a Muslim place, and today it's a Muslim elementary school. Then the Christians cannot go there freely every moment, and they cannot build anything connected to the story of Jesus. Then they build the 1st and the 2nd station to the right of it. But I want you to understand that the original place is right here. It used to be here. What you see here is new things. If you are doing the Western Wall tour, tunnels, the Western Wall tunnel tours, you will end it there, that it actually shows you that it used to be part of the Western Wall, part of the Jewish temple. We will enter to the 1st and the 2nd station. The Via Dolorosa, as today, is owned by the Franciscans and the Catholic. One of the ladies told me that I'm speaking too fast. I'm not sure that it's true, but if I'm speaking too fast, then I'm sorry. Let's enter to the first church. What we found here before we built that new church is a Crusader church. We don't know what they dedicated it to, but we found the base of it. And Bertolucci, when he built the new church, he built it according to the Crusader church. The Church of the Flagellation. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him flogged. The soldiers twisted together a crown of thorn and put it On his head they clothed him in a purple robe and went up to him again and again, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." And then they slapped him in the face. That's for Gospel of John 19, 1-3. Then what we see here is the church from 1929, built by the amazing Bertolucci. And usually I'm not speaking inside the church, but there's no one here, then I can do that. But let me bless your cross here as well. This part is amazing. Look at the crown. In the middle you can see like heaven. And outside you can see the blood tears. This is the two natures of Jesus. Here you can see Barabbas. Remember the Jews, they had to decide who to let go. Oh, wait a minute. And they decided to spare the life of Barabbas. It is a little bit strange for me that the Pontius Pilate, which wasn't a nice person according to reality, set free the one who killed people. He was a murderer. But another thing that you must know, the word Barabbas, which every Christian knows by heart, it's will sound strange to you. The son of the father. This is the meaning of it in English. Bar Abba, Bar, the son, Abba, father. The other side you can see Pontius Pilate washing his hands. I'm the innocent guy, I didn't want to do that. And Jesus right here in front of you. Beautiful, isn't it? Such an amazing church. An event. I'm still the only one. It's not because there are no tourists. You will see the tourists soon. It's because it's very early. I left the house in Tel Aviv at 5 a.m. Because it's so hot today. And I wanted to be here before it's going to be terrible. But guys, it's already hot. Let's go to see the second station. From here you can see the Antonia. Sorry. You can see the chapel. It was built in 1904. But it was based on the same idea, another church from the 12th century, and even less than that. When Pilate heard these words, he brought Jesus out and seated him on a charge bench in the place called Stone Pavement, in Hebrew, Gavota. Then he handed him over to them to be crucified. So they took Jesus, and carrying the cross himself, he went out to what it's called the place of the skull, in Hebrew, Golgotha, and that is from John 19, 13, 16, and 17. Let's go into it. Look how beautiful it is. Wait a minute. No. Oh, sorry. It's a new gimbal. I'm trying to understand it. Can you feel the agony? Can you understand what's happened to his mother at the same moment? Look at that. Almost fell. And let me remind you, Jesus fell 3 times. It's not in the Bible, but the idea that Mary, the mother, was there, trying to be next to her son. This is something that I think every father and every mother can understand. But it's beautiful to see that John, the disciple, and Mary Magdalene is trying to hide the scenery from the mother. Now, what I'm standing almost fell is that kind of stone, which is just here. And for so many years, we thought that those stones are from Jesus' time. What we actually found out lately, that this is from the time of Adrian, Caesar Adrian, 2nd century. But even in the 2nd century, the soldiers been here. How do I know it? Let's look at that. You can see here a game that was played by soldiers while they were waiting for something to happen. It might be a judgment place. You know, it takes time until they found him guilty or not. And then in that case, you can see here Roman soldiers came. Then even if it's from the 2nd century pavement, sorry, still you can see here games of soldiers. Then I'm almost sure that was a place that was organized here by the Romans. Let's continue our tour. We started from the 1st and 2nd station, and we are blessing the cross of a special person, Sir David J. Harding, and he is 2 years younger than me. And he knows that I celebrate my 60th birthday like 2 weeks ago, something like that. And he asked me to tell him what's the difference, and there are no differences yet. And I'm happy for it. To be 60 years old is to be with a lot of knowledge, and I will always continue studying. Then it's like endless studying. I reading the Bible and so many research books about Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Take a boat. And that's the entrance to the Antonia. What we believe is that there were 12 stairs to the temple, to the Antonia, but it was taken by St. Helen that came to see where Jesus is to the Vatican. And you can actually see the original stairs there. Another beautiful thing that you can see in front of you belongs to the Sisters of Notre Dame de Sion, which is a beautiful place to visit, but not today. And the beautiful arch that you see in front of you, called Ecce Homo, is part of their nunnery. And what we believe is that here Pontius Pilate was standing and washing his hands, but we know that it was built or by or for St. Adrian in the 2nd century. Then it's kind of a triumph arch that was built for him. But it's a beautiful story. Lots of tractors today. Let's see the arch from the other side. That line. Noise. We will enter now. To, in a way, part of their nunnery of the sisters. I know. Thank you very much. And we will go to see the arch. Can you see the small arch here? This is the arch that you saw now, and this is the arch that you saw outside. Now that tour of the Via Dolorosa is dedicated to everyone who watched that video, but mainly to one person, which is a sir from the Templars Knight family, and his name is Sir David J. Harding from the UK. And the deal is, I'm buying the cross for him, and you can do the too. They have versus different kind of crosses and holy books, Holy Bible. And I'm preparing a video for him, uploading to YouTube. That's why you actually see it. And at the end, we'll get it home. Then in that case, go to Buy Me a Coffee. Link at the description of that video, or just write me a message, and I will send you the link for it, and you will have it as well. Let's continue, please. The road will take us to the 3rd and the 4th station, but on the way, I'm not sure that it will be open. We will be able to see some other place, but sadly it's closed. But this is the prison of Christ, according to the Greek Orthodox. I do have a video of it, then you can actually watch it on my YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe my channel as well. If you want to help me in another way, then in the description there's a link for PayPal as well. You can actually buy the support me by that, or you can buy the crosses through there if it's easier for you. That part belongs to Armenian, but most of the Armenians that you know are Orthodox. This is a Catholic, Greek, a Catholic Armenian guest house, monastery, and a church, and soon you will see the connection between it to the Via Dolorosa stations. To the right, you can see another place that it's not listed a mast. This is the Austrian hospice, and if you will climb on top of it, to the roof of it, you will be able to see one of the most beautiful view of the city. It will cost you 5 shekels. You need a coin for that. Worth it. I will show you where's the entrance to it. That's the entrance. In the Austrian hospice, I just ring the bell. They will open the door for you. And we reach the 3rd station of the Via Dolorosa. This is where Jesus fell for the first time, but you can see here pavement, road from the time of Second Temple time. It used to be at 3 meters, 9 feet beneath the floor, but they excavated, and now you can see it a little bit from 2nd century, Second Temple time. In that case, Jesus time. מה שלומך? בסדר גמור. 3rd and 4th stations. This is where Jesus fell for the first time. You will recognize the Via Dolorosa stations by that kind of floor and the run plate with a number on it. And lately they added an image of what's happened here. And this is the 4th station. Here you can see the same idea, and the 3rd station. That belongs to the Armenian Catholic. The 4th station is not mentioned in the Bible as well, but believe me, the mother of Jesus was next to him every inch of the path. How do I know it? Because I had a Jewish mother, and she died last August. Next week we're gonna visit her tomb in Israel, and although she wasn't easy, she took care of every child of her. But I'm sure that every woman, Christian, Muslim, or Jewish woman, will be next to a son, in a horrible time. They will try to protect him, to be with him until the last moment. This is something that I'm not sure that people without children can understand, the agony of the mother. See, it's early, then some of the shops are still closed. We're still in the Muslim quarter. Fifth station is where Saint Simon helped Jesus to carry the cross. He was forced to help Jesus to carry the cross. Saint Simon was from Libya of today. What he did in the city, for me it's obvious. 3 times a year, every Jew had to be here. Oh, there's a monk, a Franciscan monk, that having third house. And then it was one of the 3 festivals, Passover. That's why Jesus was in the city, not because of Easter. Easter is because of Jesus. And then to find a Jew from Libya, it was, how should I say, obvious. Then Saint Simon was forced to help Jesus to carry the cross because Jesus felt dizzy at that time. There's a stone here that will mark something very special according to what we believe. Jesus was touching that stone and he couldn't breathe. Then Saint Simon helped him to carry the cross. Then everything that you see here, it's from the time of Jesus. Maybe his handprint. The rest is not, because it's been destroyed by the Muslims. Then in the 19th century they built it again. But what left from it is the most important part of it, this time. Then we're heading up through the 6th station. Let's talk about the 6th station. The 6th station, Saint Veronica was standing outside when she saw Jesus climbing up, and she took a veil and cleaned his face. When she entered to her house, she realized that the face of Jesus was printed on it. Before we will continue, I want to see another important place. This is the Arab Blind Association workshop. It's beautiful to see here the art that they are preparing, and this is only a small part of it. Then you can enter and buy it and help them to understand that they are part of society. Look how beautiful is that balcony. Because they are part of society. Also think about Jesus curing a blind man at the Siloam pool. And he say that it's not the fault of the mother and the father and the child. It's actually a mission that he's got from his father, from God. And it's such an amazing to understand that it's from darkness to light. And that is from the book of John. Darkness to light. Now he knows the truth. The blind man knew that Jesus is Son of God. It's a little bit noisy there. They're cleaning the 6th station. Then we'll talk about it here. Saint Veronica was invited by the Romans, by the Pope, to Rome, and the veil is there, curing people. And once you hear the Pope goes out with it, some people believe that the woman was the same woman with the blood issue of Jesus. But for me, she is such a saint woman, because she is the only one in those 14 stations that helped Jesus voluntarily. She wasn't forced to do that, and she needed the enemies of walking with Jesus, the Romans soldiers, and they could crucify her too. And then you will see a column, but I don't want to fall again. Hey, מה שלומך?
Alhamdulillah.
זה מדהים אותי שאתה אוהב כל כך הרבה ניקיון. אני מעריץ אותך. That man's got a shop here. But the beautiful thing is that he actually, wait, let me bless it here too. The beautiful thing here is that he's actually taking care of other places. His shop is one of those, and he's cleaning now this street. That part of the street used to fall so many times. Lately they renovated it, then it's less problematic. And he is a good man. Then we're heading to the 7th station, which is open, and we will enter. That's where Jesus fell for the second time. But more important than that, we know that the crucifixion place was outside the city. The Bible mentioned it. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre, the place that most of the Christians believe that Jesus was crucified there, died and buried and resurrected. So many people knows, I mean everyone knows it, that it was outside the city. Then as we believe, the judgment gate was right here. And when we'll go outside, we'll reach the 7th station of the cross, it will be already outside the city. Today the church is surrounded with a wall. It's in the Times Square of Jerusalem, but you must understand the Church of the Holy Sepulchre of today was a little bit different than the Church of the Holy Sepulchre from, let's say, 4th century, and it was different than the city from the time of Jesus. Now we are living the city in a way. And today it's the main street. If until now you saw a little bit of people, now you will see more. If you will excavate it, you will find the ancient city from 2nd century. But before that, let's go in to the 7th station. Boker tov, beseder, good morning. Oh, so clean here. And look at the column here. This is in situ column from 2nd century, from the main street that was built here. We know it by the name De Cardo, in the heart of the city. Oh, you have to smell that place to understand that it's so clean. Then Jesus here fell for the second time. Where we are now, this is the name of the street, Han Azit. And then we will turn right immediately to the 8th station to see where the women of Jerusalem was crying when they saw Jesus on his way to the cross. But he actually looked at them and said, this is only the beginning. You're going to suffer a lot. Then you have to cry of that. You have to cry out of the people who didn't believe in me. The 8th station, you will see here a stone. And on it, you will see the name Christus and Nika. Oops, victory. Almost. This is my second time that I almost fell. And I have no reason to fall. Jesus had so many reasons to fall. Then here it is. Nika, Ichtus, and a cross. It's right here. 8th station of the cross. We are now on the way to the 9th station. Because of that beautiful monastery, we cannot go straight to the 9th station, that we have to make a run tour. If you are Catholic, you know that from the 17th century, but mainly from the 19th century, in each Catholic church, you will find the 14 stations. It might be with a symbol of a cross or the painting of every station. But here we are walking through it together with Sir David J. Harding, It's difficult for him to walk. Then I'm his foot. Now I'm walking with him, together with Jesus, together with Saint Simon, together with Saint Veronique, on the way to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. He wrote me, and this is different from some of you that asked me to buy the crosses for them. He gave me a lot of information. Then, although I'm not sharing everything that he said, I'm trying to do that physically. Did you subscribe my channel? Not yet? Please do that. It makes me happy to see that more and more people are watching it. And if you do have some questions, don't hesitate. And I want you to see the man who's carrying now 2 crosses. He's going back to the first station. מה שלומך?
בסדר, איך אתה?
בסדר גמור. על הבוקר 2 קבוצות?
על הבוקר קבוצה אחת, אבל זה קתולים מאוד מאוד חזקים.
הבנתי אותך. All right. I asked him if he had 2 groups early morning, and he said no, it was 1 group, but they asked to carry 2 crosses because they are serving Jesus with all of their heart. And I must say that my sir, or the sir, Sir David, is doing it too. And I know that he's spending a lot to help the others. And what he asked me to spread is peace, no violence. Peace, no violence. And I wish that everyone will study from him. And I wish I will be just like you in that matter. That used to be the entrance. Not that one, but here it used to be the entrance to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Today it's totally not as big as it used to be in the 4th century when St. Helen came and built it. This is one of the first churches that were built in the world, if not the first one, together with the Nativity Church and Paternoster on top of Mount of Olives. All of those churches that I mentioned are in my YouTube channel. You can actually look for it. We're climbing up to the roof of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, but let's talk about it. The church is not like a regular church. That church belongs to everyone, almost everyone, mainly to the Catholic, Greek Orthodox, Armenian, but you will find Egyptian there, Ethiopians there, from the Church of Syria, the Syrian church. The Protestants, some of them, believe that that is not the site of the church because it's inside the walls, that they looked outside the walls, and next to the Damascus Gate you can visit the other option. It's called the Garden Tomb. You can find that video in my YouTube channel as well. But I want you to know that there are 2 options. The white dome there is the Jewish quarter, it's a synagogue. We just left the Muslim quarter and we entered to the Christian quarter, and in front of you can see the 2 domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Then let's continue. We're heading to the 9th station of the cross, and as I already mentioned, then that church is divided to so many, and there are a lot of problems between the different kind of orders, Christian orders, and as Sir David said, no violence. Let's talk. Let's find a solution. And today I must say, mainly from the British time, Monday time, there's kind of a status quo agreement Now everyone knows what to do and what not, what's theirs but not what not, but still they have a lot of conflicts. We are the Egyptian part of the church. Look how beautiful it is. Wait. Beautiful picture to take. You can see the two domes of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Then we are living now the Coptic Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem, St. Anthony Coptic Monastery, which I never visit, I must say. One day I will. And just for the information, in Queen Helen Church, you can visit Queen Helen water cistern, which is a beautiful water cistern. We believe that Queen Helen used it, that it's right there, but don't forget to leave the donation for the church. And we are living now the Coptic, entering to the Ethiopian. Where the tourists, you saw a few of them, but most of them will be downstairs, because not a lot knows about that roof. It's called Dir el Sultan, and that's where the Ethiopian are living. The construction is mainly above the Greek Orthodox Church. One day it will be ready, although it looks almost ready now, I must say. And that olive tree, and you can see the olive fruit on it, is very important to our story. According to the Ethiopians, this is where Abraham almost sacrificed Isaac. And there's a huge connection between that and that. Because Jesus came to complete, to end that story, to take our sins, to make us pure. And I believe that you, David, Sir David Harding, you are pure, at least according to what you say. I will be more than happy to know you know, and you're part of the family right now. I know that you're watching my videos. You wrote so many good things about me. I'm so happy, but I'm not the important one. The important one is you. The important one is the information, is the video. Then the Ethiopians believe that there are a creation of a visit between Queen Sheba to King Solomon. And wow, it's 1 hour video. Ooh, I might divide it into two. Then you will have 3 videos. One of everything, all the information. The other one will be until we reach the Via Dolorosa, and then the third one will be the Via Dolorosa. Wow, 1 hour. I'm talking a lot. But this is mostly the only place that I can talk. The rest of the places, it's yes, no, yes, no, yes, I'm gonna dish that, yes, I will make the laundry, yeah, I will fold, yeah, I will do that, I will take the garbage out. Then in that case, a creation between Queen Sheba and King Solomon, and 9 months later, the first Ethiopian was born. He came to here when he was 20. To meet his father that looks like him, different color, but looks like him. And his father gave him the 10 Commandments, the Ark of the Covenant. Then in every church, Orthodox Ethiopian church, you will see that it's divided into 2. The hidden part is where the Ark of the Covenant, of course, the replica of it, and only the high priest can enter to it, just like the high priest in the Jewish temple. And the other one is for the disciples. You will see many the disciple area. There are 2 churches, and we're going to go through those 2. But now I have to take out the hat that I got from A very close friend of mine, one of my subscribers, actually it was owned by EJ, her husband, and this is owned by Betty, and she sent it to me as a present. I love you, Betty. It's so nice to know that I do have so many new family members, and you can be part of it. Then let me organize myself. Then let's enter now to the two Ethiopian churches, and soon you will see that we are standing in front of the facade of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. I'm going to bless it in 3 places. Inside the church, morning, inside the church, but I'll try to be quiet. In the first church you will see a painting of Queen Sheba visiting King Solomon. Please take care of your head when you're entering. Here it's very low. Let's get used to the darkness. Welcome to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Now they are renovating the floor of the church. It took them too many years to understand that they must do that, and now they are doing it. This is the famous facade of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Tenth station of the cross is there when they stripped him from his clothes. But let's climb up to the Golgotha to see where she's taking a picture. I don't want to disturb her. Until then you can see the columns. It looks like a little bit like the Jewish temple. And a graffiti from 1389 or 84, and because we are dealing with a UK guy, that right here you can find a tomb of another knight, a British one. I forgot his name. I always forget his name. I don't know why, but he actually signed, one of the persons who signed the Magna Carta. Then let's climb up to the Golgotha. The Golgotha belongs to the Greek Orthodox and the Catholic. We are entering through the Catholic area. Look how beautiful is the Catholic area. And if we talked about Abraham and Isaac, here it is. You can see it here too. That's where they nailed Jesus to the cross. And it's such an amazing idea because when he died, he shouted, Abba, Abba, Lama Shavactani, Abba, Abba, Lama Zaftani. Why did he leave me? And then, remember what's happened? The earth shook, and the curtain of the temple been destroyed, and Linguinius, a Roman soldier who used a spear, said, "This is the Son of God." Then from that moment, as I said, Christianity or the New Judaism became to be owned by everyone, not by the Jews anymore. This is part of the Pietà, but let's stand in the line. Oh gosh. Because it's empty now, let's first bless the cross. Until then you can see the Golgotha, the bedrock. John, Jesus and his mother, when Jesus was on the cross, he asked John to take care of his mother. Let's enter. This is the crucifixion site. And that was the Pietà. I couldn't speak. You saw Mary with a spear in her heart, which is right there. The nun was praying there. And now let's go to see the tomb of Jesus. We saw the Golgotha, the Calvary skull. Before he was buried, they purified his body by Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus, who gave their tomb to him. And according to what we read, this is the stone, and everyone is blessing everything that they brought from home or they bought, because this is where the body of Jesus touched. Now, the tomb is supposed to be a cave. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to behave. Then it was supposed to be like a cave. That's how the Jesus used to be buried. Sorry. The rich one. On the way you can see Armenian chapel. Later on I will light candles for you, the one who asked me to do that. And not a lot of people waiting in the line for the tomb. But the tomb is not a cave anymore because it's been destroyed a few times. I cannot enter with a video into the tomb. Then in about 2 minutes I will end that video, and I will enter with a cross to bless it there, just to show you what we can see. Then you can see the tomb, the two chapels there. The first one is with a candle. You can see the candlelight. And the second one is the tomb itself. Here they are already finished to excavate beneath the floor to see what they can actually find. A little bit blocking it. I don't know if you can see a little bit from there. Difficult to see, but they're excavating the floor beneath the tomb. We will end our tour here. This is the 15th station from me, although there are already only 14 stations. That is where Mary Magdalene saw Jesus after the resurrection. Then in that case, thank you for being with me. The one who reached the end of that video, it's 1 hour 40 minutes, 15 minutes, please write me something. Thank you very much. Bye bye.